there is a goal that every one of us set for ourselves. Right from a child growing up, our parents would have taught us, and our teachers would have taught us how to set certain goals, work towards it, and achieve it in a given time. So, the goal of the child from standard 1 is for that child to pass the C examination when he or she reaches the standard 5 level, and that is the goal the child is working towards from standard 1. As a matter of fact, from kindergarten. And not just pass the C exam, but to pass to the first choice. Then, the goal is re-established from Form 1. The child then sets another goal. When I reach Form 5, I want to have all my passes in ones, and I want to have distinctions. Another goal. Then the child goes into upper 6. And in the 2 years of upper 6, he or she sets another goal. I want to get a skull. An open scholarship, or maybe I can get an additional, whatever it might be, but I'm working towards getting a scholarship. So the child sets his or her mind towards that. Now, not all the time it is achieved because it is limited. So the child is expecting, I am putting my best foot forward and I am working towards this. Now, whether the child gets the scholarship or not, he or she has to move on to tertiary level education, and the goal is now whatever subject they want to enter, whatever field they have chosen, they work towards that goal. So whether it's in accounting, whether it is in mathematics, whether it's in engineering, whatever it might be, they work towards that now at the tertiary level, even in the case of medicine. So the child is always working towards a goal. Then after the education is completed, then what? I want to get a job. I have to get a good job and a good paying job so that I can have a goal now. And the goal is, by the time I am 25 years old, I must have a good paying job and I must have a girlfriend or a boyfriend ready to get married. Another goal. Then between 25 and 28, the child gets married, and then by 25 to 30, they say, you know what? Or by 32, I want to have my children and work towards building a home, if not already achieve a home. So all these are goals that we set for ourselves in the material world. And these are goals that we set for ourselves while we are striving to achieve them. We want to be prosperous, we want to be, healthy, we want to be strong, and we want to achieve the goals as we go along in our lives. Now, after we get the house, we get the wife, we get the children, we have the job, we are working now towards what? I want to be happy, and I want to remain happy while I have my family. I want to enjoy my time with my family and celebrate 35 years of wedded happiness and more. Isn't it? So now you have your children, you have your grandchildren, and you want to now have certain goals. So I want to be happy and healthy. So you're working towards that. So you start to exercise regularly, you start to eat properly, because you don't want the health to go down at all. So you're working towards that. In spite of the busy schedule, in spite of all those things, those are the goals, my friends. Now, 50 years, 55 years, 60 years retirement, 65 years retirement, whatever it might be. And now we are preparing for old age. That is life. And 65 years, we hope that the pension increase by the time we get there. Isn't it? I think it is 3,000, I don't know. But 3,005? Jai Bhagwan, you want to get old fast, boy? See, Pundit Ashok already checking the amount, So, 3,005. So you want to work towards, living an old and a healthy life. So we work towards that from now. Friends, that is as far as our material goals are concerned. What about our spiritual goals? You see, our religion, our dharma, let me not use the word religion, but our scriptures, whether it is the Ramayana, the Bible, the Quran, whatever you read and whatever you are satisfied with, The scriptures, my friends, especially in Sanatan Dharma, declares that there are 4 Purusharthas. They are, you know the 4 Purusharthas? They are, you heard it before, Dharma, Arth, Kama and Moksha. You heard them before? So those are the 4 Purusharthas. So Dharma means that we fulfill our duties. Arth means that we work towards financial and spiritual wealth. Kama means that our dreams and desires we fulfill. We work towards fulfilling them. And Moksha means, very importantly, Moksha means freedom. Moksha means salvation. Moksha means that I want to be liberated, but not after we die. We want to be liberated while we're alive. We want to be free from any type of mental bondage, physical bondage, etc. And when the soul leaves the body, we want freedom at that time also. So friends, these are the 4 Purusharthas. Dharma, Arth, Kama and Moksha. Now the question is, are we simultaneously working towards our spiritual goal with our material ones? You see, we have to put the two together. Our material goals and our spiritual goals must go simultaneously. We must work towards them together, because the reason being, because we don't know when the last moment of our lives will come. We don't know when the soul will depart from this body. We don't know when what you call the final moment, antakala. We don't know when that final moment will come. And we have to therefore work the two together, the material goals as well as the spiritual goals. And when we work the two together, my friends, then it puts us in a better frame of mind in order for us to achieve more success materially and also spiritually. And this is why the Ramcharitamanas tells us that the goal of every individual, the spiritual goal of every individual is to meet with Bhagwan. The goal of every spiritual seeker is to realize the self-realization. The goal of every spiritual person, whether that person is Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Indian, etc., it doesn't matter. Everybody has a spiritual goal. Friends, that is why the Hindus will tell you that when we come to yajna, we come to satsang, through meditation, we keep the mind calm and we develop that calmness of mind to attain moksha, jivan mukta purusha, while we are alive. Then the Christians will tell you, bathe in the blood of the Christ. Bathe in the blood of Christ and you will be freed. Our Muslim brothers and sisters will say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, that there is no God but Allah. And when you praise Him and you worship Him, then you are going to you are going to be liberated. You are going to get freedom. You are going to get everlasting life. You see, this is the goal, the spiritual goal that every one of us are working towards. But the question is tonight, what really is this freedom? And how can this freedom really be gained? Is it by being a Hindu, I'm going to be freed? Is it by being a Christian or a Muslim, I'm going to be freed? Friends, let us go to the Ramayan in Aranyakand. And Tulsidasi tells us about a great sage, Agastya Muni, who had a disciple. And the disciple's name, he tells us. Agastya Muni ke ek sutikshana naam ka chatur shishyate. Chatur shishyate. Agastya Muni, he had a very clever disciple. And that disciple, his name was Sutikshana. And Tulsidasi says, he says, और वे भगवान के भक्त और मन क्रम वचन तथा कर्म से श्री रामचंद्र जी के चरणों के सेवक थे. He used to, my friends, worship the Lord. He had bhakti and devotion for the Lord. Man, kram or vachan. These are three things we must always remember. They go in a straight line. Man is the mind, krama the word, and vachan means man kram, action, and vachan means the word. So man kram and vachan must always be in a straight line. Ravi. And Dulahin. Man kram vachan means always let your thoughts, your words and your action be in a straight line. You know what that means? That means whatever we are thinking, we must be able to speak it out. And whatever we speak, we must be able to perform action. So man, kram and vachan must be in a straight line. But you know what happens in the world today? In the world today, we think something, we say something else, and we do exactly the opposite. So our lives are like this, zigzag. There is no straightness in our lives. So when it comes to devotion, when it comes to bhakti, when it comes, my friends, to achieving our goals, we must be in a straight line. Anybody who think, speak, and perform action in a straight line can achieve anything in this world. It shows sincerity, it shows honesty, and it shows that we are focused. Whenever we lose sight of being focused, and we, what you call, zigzag our lives, then we can't reach where we are going. We can't achieve our goals. So Tulsidashi says here, this Sutikshana, he had so much of bhakti and devotion. He was devoted to the feet of Bhagwan Sri Ramchandraji in thought, words and deeds. And it is said, वचन तथा कर्म से श्री रामचंद्र जी के चरण कमले सेवक थे, उन्हें सपने में भी किसी दूसरे देवता का भरोसा न था. He never had any faith in anyone else except Maryada Purushottam Bhagwan Sri Ram. He never had any faith in any other form of the Lord except Bhagwan Sri Ram. It comes like Hanumanji, you know. Hanumanji loved Sri Ram and no other form of the Lord except Sri Ram. Remember Prahalad? Remember Bhakta Dhruva? All these are devotees. Remember Shabari in the Ramayana? Shabari, she focused her thoughts upon Sri Ram. So in other words, these were the Ishta Devata or Devi of the devotees. So the Ishta Devata or Devi must be one single form of the Lord that you believe in and must have bharosa. Bharosa means intense faith. Bharosa means intense faith in Bhagwan. Like it is said. Remember this bhajan? भरोसा कर तो ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा. ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, तुझे रोना नहीं होगा. भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा. भरोसा कर. So he says here, उन्होंने सपने भी किसी दूसरे देवता का भरोसा न था. He had no faith in anyone else. And my friends, be attentive. The word bharosa means what you call faith. The word bharosa means shraddha. The word bharosa means that when you make up your mind and you are striving towards your goal, you do not allow yourself to be distracted from achieving that goal. So whether that goal is material or that goal is spiritual, we must not allow ourselves to be distracted, or we must not allow ourselves to be lost on the way. Bharosa means that this devotee, Sutikshana, his mind was fixed on Bhagwan, and all he wanted was to get darshan of the Lord. All he wanted was to get darshan. And you know, darshan means where we are blessed to see the Lord with our eyes. We are experiencing the Lord through our feelings, through our pause, you know. Sometimes you are in prayers, you are doing your puja, you are doing your devotion. You might be standing by your jandi in the morning and you are offering your jal and all your pause stands. That's darshan. Darshan means you are feeling the Lord. You are perceiving the Lord through your skin. You are perceiving the Lord through your eyes. The eyes starts watering. You feel that bhakti flowing from your heart. That is darshan. Sutikshana was a person like this. So he was experiencing that level of what you call devotion in his life. And because he loved the Lord tremendously, and all he wanted was to have that devotion. But we also have to understand, friends, you might be one of the greatest devotees of the Lord. Remember, once we are born, we are going to face the pairs of opposites. And friends, this is something sometimes people can't accept. They say, you know what, I pray every day and I offer my jal and I go to the temple, I go to the church, I go to the mosque and I go on a pilgrimage, and yet I came and got sick. Or yet I'm having problems financially, or yet I'm having family problems. And we tend to blame somebody, or we even blame God for what we have to go through in life. But once we are born, my friends, regardless to your devotion or your bhakti or your whatever, what you call faith you may have, we will face the pairs of opposites: right, wrong, good, bad, sukha, dukkha. We will face happiness and sorrow. We will face health and ill health. The pairs of opposites are real. The pairs of opposites is something that we all must encounter in this world. Because we can't change the world from what it is. We can change ourselves in facing the world and the situation of the world. So therefore, what we are going through in life, even though we pray, the Lord will give us the strength to go through what we have to go through or what we have to work out in life. This is where you know what? I will sing this bhajan. Isn't it? Because I'm referring to the bhajan and I'm not singing it. So let me sing it.
भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा। ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, ये जीवन बीत जाएगा, तुझे रोना नहीं होगा। भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे रोना नहीं होगा। कभी सुख है कभी दुख है, ये जीवन धूप छाया है। कभी सुख है कभी दुख है, ये जीवन धूप छाया है। हंसी में भी बिता डालो, हंसी बिता डालो, बितानी ये माया है। भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा।
जो सुख आवे तो हंस देना. We will be happy when happiness comes. But then just around the corner, sorrow also comes. My dear brothers and sisters, so paratra dukh pavahi sir duni duni pachitai, kala hi karma hi ishwar hi mithya dosha lagaye. When we go through the different situations of life, we blame God, we blame time, and we blame situation. But my dear brothers and sisters, life is made up of these things. What we have to do is develop ourselves spiritually, and in that spiritual development, learn to control the mind through mano nigraha. Controlling of the mind simply means that we do not allow the things of the world to affect us on the inside. Even though we live in the world, we don't allow the world to live in us. In this frame of mind, we'll be able to face every situation that comes to us on a daily basis, and maybe, my friends, in all aspects of life.
जो सुख आवे तो हंस देना, जो दुख आवे तो सह लेना। न कहना कुछ कभी जग से, न कहना कुछ कभी जग से, प्रभु से तू कहाँ लेना। भरोसा कर तू ईश्वर पर, तुझे धोखा नहीं होगा। कहाँ ये था, कहाँ तू था, कभी तो सोच ऐ बंदे।
Krishna, you know, he had this selfless, dedicated mind, and he was so, what you call, focused on what he wanted to achieve. Spiritually, that is. And anyone who is focused on their material or spiritual goals, my friends, such a person may seem to be different. And Tulsidashi tells us here, he says that Sutikshana questioned whether the Lord will ever, whether he will be able to get darshan of the Lord or not. Like, you know, when you're working towards your goal, many of us question ourselves whether or not we will be able to achieve it or not, whether we will be able to pass the exam or not, whether I'll be able to be successful in life or not. You're working hard, you are sincere, you are honest, yet you are questioning yourself. So Sutikshana thought about the same way. Tulsidashi says, क्या चौथे भाई लक्ष्मण जी सहित स्वामी श्री रामचंद्र जी मुझसे अपने सेवक से भी तरह मिलेंगे? Will Sri Ram and his younger brother Lakshman ever receive me or accept me as their servant? Look at me, I am nothing. He says, he is telling himself, मेरे जी को दृढ़ विश्वास नहीं होता. He is now questioning his faith. He is telling himself, you know, my faith is not very strong, my confidence is not very strong, my devotion is not very pure. I don't have what you call the Vivek Shakti, the ability to discriminate between right and wrong. क्योंकि मेरे मन में न भक्ति है, वैराग्य न है, न ज्ञान ही. I don't have knowledge, I don't have vairagya, I don't have devotion, I don't have all these things. Will the Lord ever come to me? Friends, we are using Sri Ram here as the goal. But the goal also means what you are dreaming of to achieve. And you are questioning yourself and telling yourself, hey, do you think I will be able to do that? Me, I don't think I'm qualified. Maybe the Lord don't love me enough. Maybe I am not qualified enough for this job. Maybe I am not qualified enough to get promotion. And you know, you question yourself. And once you put that doubt in there, you are keeping back yourself. You see, it is good sometimes to ask questions, but never doubt yourself and your potential. Never doubt yourself and what you can achieve in life, because, my friends, there is nothing in this world that any of us cannot achieve. We can achieve anything that we set our mind to achieve. And therefore, even if it means that bringing God to stand in front of us, Bhagwan will have to come. And don't think I am joking. Even if it means that Bhagwan has to come and stand in front of us, Bhagwan will come. Because we know, friends, Bhagwan, from our scriptures, Bhagwan will come in any form. He came as a fish, Matsya avatar. Bhagwan came as what you call Varaha avatar. Bhagwan came as Narasimha avatar. Bhagwan will come as an ordinary human being and stand up in front of us. But because our mind is not very equipped with the quality of elevating our thoughts and our thinking, we will look at God and we'll condemn him. We will look at God and find fault with him. We will look at God standing in front of us and never know that he is God. Because the mind is not developed to that level of thinking and that level of purity. And so, Sutikshana is questioning himself here, saying, I don't know if Sri Ram and his brother Lakshman will ever come to me. My dear brothers and sisters, Lord Shiva looks at Mother Parvati and he tells Ma Parvati, he says, Devi, Sutikshana was considered to be a crazy man by society. Society thought Sutikshana was crazy because, he had so much of love, he had so much of bhakti, he had so much of dispassion that he would walk bare feet on the street. He will sometimes walk like what you call an avadut. He will even give up his clothes. And if you and I see a person like that, immediately we will think that person crazy and that person is totally mad. We'll call sentence and try to get the assistance of the psychiatric doctors and get them to come down and take that person away. But there is a level of what you call vairagya. There is a level of vairagya where there are saints in the forested area of the Himalayas that they will even renounce their clothes. Even clothes doesn't matter. Now, when you, the ordinary people like you and I, see them, we will think that they're crazy. But those people, they, my friends, renounce even the garment that covers their body, meaning that they renounce the body identification completely and they see themselves as a pure soul. And that type of renunciation is at a higher level. The ordinary mind cannot comprehend that. You and I cannot comprehend that. We, my friends, are too engrossed in this, what we see, what we can touch, what we can feel, what we can hear. That is what we are engrossed in. That level of vairagya, it takes an extremely pure mind to comprehend and to grasp. When I was in India, at the Banaras, in Kashi, Banaras, one day, we happened to see an avadut. An avadut is a person, like I said, the person who renounces everything, even their clothes. And some people, when they saw him coming, they touched the ground on which he walked. And they take the dust and they paste it on their forehead and their head. Because that's what you call a self-renounced man, what you call a self-liberated man. That is the way they saw it. On the other hand, some other people took some sticks and some things and started running him and beating him. When the people bowed to him, he continued walking. And when the people beat him, he continued walking. No reaction. Jai Bhagwan. At that time, I didn't know what to think. At that time, I could not comprehend a man like this to be a holy man. I thought he was crazy man. But my friends, the scriptures describe these avadut and these people at a higher level, and it takes a higher level of thinking to comprehend where these people are in terms of their material status, in terms of their spiritual status. They are way beyond what we can imagine spiritually. So Sutikshana was a person like that. He was completely a renunciate. Where even, I'm using the example of clothes because we can understand, if a person renounces their clothes, in ordinary society, they are branded as what you call, now that doesn't mean to say, somebody go and take out their clothes and say, I am a renunciate. It comes with a level of thinking. It comes with a level of spiritual development. It comes with a level of mental, intellectual, what you call growth. And so, Sutikshana was a person like this, and he is wondering whether the Lord will ever come to him. My friends, while he is thinking like this, Tulsidashi tells us that one day, while Sutikshana was questioning whether Sri Ram will give him darshan or not, he says in the chaupai prior to this, Muni ne aviral pragad prem bhakti prapt kar li, Prabhu Shri Ramchandra ji pade ki aar mein lak chip kar देखने लगे। मुनि के अतिशय प्रेम को देखकर भव भय जन्म मरण के भय को हरने वाले श्री रघुनाथ जी मुनि के हृदय में प्रकट हो गए. Tulsidas tells us that Sutikshana Maharaj was wondering whether the Lord will come, whether the Lord will give him darshan, whether he was qualified or not, and all those things passing through his mind, as we said earlier. But friends, while he was thinking that, Sri Ram was already standing behind a tree looking at Sutikshana. He was already standing behind a tree. Trying to comprehend the level of devotion that this devotee of his had for him. My friends, Bhagwan Sri Ram Chandra Ji, Tulsidas says, Muni ke atishay prem ko dekhkar, when Bhagwan Sri Ram Chandra Ji saw the intense love that this devotee had for him, Bhagwan Sri Ram Chandra Ji, my friends, he who dispels all fear, all avagaman chakra, he ends the avagaman chakra, the cycle of birth and death. The Lord, my friends, seeing the love in the heart of Sutikshana, you know what he did? Bhagwan Sri Ram, my friends, I'm going to choose the words to explain this. Bhagwan Sri Ram Chandra Ji, at that point in time, revealed himself to Sutikshana. And the reason why I'm choosing these words, that he revealed himself to Sutikshana, is because prior to this, Sutikshana was only seeing the Lord in his mind. Sutikshana had already realized the Lord. He had already gotten darshan of the Lord. He had already, liberated himself in terms of his, mukti or salvation, in terms of his inner development. He had already gained that. Sutikshana now was just acting on the outside, and Sri Ram also is performing this Manusha Leela, and therefore he says that Tulsidas says he was hiding behind a tree and looking at Sutikshana, and then he revealed himself to Sutikshana. Brothers and sisters, the Lord can reveal himself in two ways. Do you know the two ways, Ravi? The Lord can reveal himself on the outside, and the Lord can reveal himself on the inside. Bhakta Dhruva was a 5-year-old child who was insulted by his stepmother, Suruchi, and he went into the forest to get the darshan based on what the stepmother said. You can't sit on your father's lap, and you must go to the forest and do penance to Lord Narayan, and then you will get the chance to come back in your next life, and when I am your mother, then you will sit on your father's lap. The child said, you know what? Even though he was hurt, his mother told him, you go in the forest. And the mother said, rather, the Lord is in the forest, and you pray to him, and one day you'll be able to sit on the universal father's lap. And the child at 5 years old went to the forest, and all he was seeing was Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. He was initiated by the Guru, Naraji, and he got Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya's mantra, and he japave that mantra. And friends, in 6 months' time, the child was in meditation, standing on one leg. He did tapasya. His hands were together. He's chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He's seeing Bhagwan inside. He got darshan of the Lord inside. But then after 6 months, the Lord disappeared from his mind. His mind became lost. He became very, unhappy, because he kept on chanting, but the Lord had disappeared from his mind. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The Lord had disappeared from his mind. Ravi, what do you think happened? Nalini ji, I bless you next year, the same time you have your own. I blessed her a couple of years ago, I'm blessing her again, I'm repeating the blessing. Nalini and Ravi and everyone, Bhakta Dhruva, the Lord disappeared from his mind. Frantically, he was what you call searching for the Lord within. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He kept on chanting. And I want to ask you all a question. Friends, when the Lord disappears from your mind, what happened? What do you all think? Anandji? What do you all think? Huh? When the Lord disappears from the mind, he leaves the inside and he comes on the outside. It is for you now to realize that he is on the outside and see him on the outside and experience him on the outside. But you might not see him with a bow and arrow or with a basuri or a bow and arrow and a peacock feather. You may not see him with a yellow dhoti. You might see him in a different form. But if you are developed enough spiritually, you will recognize him. If we are not developed enough, we will not recognize him. And we will continue to search for him. But we have to find him on the inside first. When he disappears from the inside, he is on the outside. And when he disappears from the outside, he is on the inside. But he is always there. Tulsidashi says, so Tikshana was searching for the Lord in his mind, but he disappeared. But Sutikshana Muni ke Prabhu ke darshan pakar, he eventually opened his eyes. And my friends, when he opened his eyes, lo and behold, my friends, Bhagwan was standing in front of him. The same Lord he was questioning, the same Lord he was doubting, the same Lord that he thought that will never come to him. That Lord was standing in front of him. Sutikshana dropped to the ground. His heart melted. He didn't know if to stand up, if to sit down. He didn't know if to run or to just be. Sutikshana lost consciousness of himself. The Lord from his heart was standing in front of him. And the best part is, he realized the Lord was in front of him. Sutikshana, my friends, having opened his eyes and saw the Lord of his heart standing before him, he didn't know how to react. He didn't know how to function. It was as if he lost consciousness of himself. Sutikshana was overwhelmed with joy. He sensed or felt a degree of peace and tranquility. The Lord of the world was standing in human form before Sutikshana. My dear brothers and sisters, Sutikshana had reached his spiritual goal. When you and I set goals for ourselves and we reach that goal, we feel a sense of joy, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of peace and happiness. Sutikshana was able now to experience his material and spiritual goal. His material goal was Koi mange kanchan se kaya, koi mang raha koi. I do not want any gold. I don't want any silver. I don't want any jewelry. I don't want anything materialistic. All I want is you, my Lord. I want to be comfortable in you and you to be comfortable in me. My friends, koi ghar mein baita naman na kare. The bhajan is saying that some people will sit down in your home and they will pray to God. Some may go to the mandir, koi hari mandir mein bhajan na kare, they will sing bhajan. Some will go to Ganga, Yamuna, snan na kare, and they will take a holy bath. Brothers and sisters, some जिन मात पिता की सेवा की उन तीर्थ स्नान कियो न लियो. Some will serve their mother and serve their father, and that is also spirituality. All these fall in the category of spirituality, brothers and sisters. But remember one thing: when the heart is pure, the Lord will be in front of us, and we will know that He is in front of us. Right now, as we are, The Lord may be in front of us, but many of us do not know that He is there. Jinke hirday Shri Ram base. He is within. And you see, the spiritual goal, the accomplishment, the sense of accomplishment is to feel that, hey, my Bhagwan, I feel accomplished to see positivity in everyone around us. What is the benefit? What is the benefit of you having money in your pocket? What's the benefit of you having money in your pocket? If you have money in your pocket, you'll be comfortable, isn't it? You can, whenever you go, you want to buy something, you buy. You feel a sense of comfort because you have money in your pocket. My friends, if we genuinely have the Lord in our hearts, and we not only say it, but we think it, we say it, and we experience it, man, kram or vachan, then our life will be in a straight line. And once our life is in a straight line, there is nothing we cannot achieve in life. Therefore, today, Nalini is celebrating a birthday. Shivani celebrated yesterday. Tomorrow is wedding anniversary. These accomplishments, the birthday one, is where we're reminding Nalini, remember where you came from and remember your goal. In life, there will be happiness and there will be sorrow. In life, there will be night and there will be day. There will be gain and there will be loss. That is what is life. That is what life is all about. You know what is important, Nalini and Ravi? In life, being able to go through life, keeping in your heart and your mind positivity. Once you accomplish that, you would have lifted yourself to a very high level of spirituality, not religion. It's good to be religious, but it's better to be spiritual. And spiritually, religion will take you to the temple. Religion will take you to the mosque. Religion will take you to the church. Religion will take you to the Ganga Tirtha. Religion will take you to Mecca. Religion will take you to Jerusalem. But spirituality will bring Jerusalem to you. Spirituality will bring the Ganga to you. Every time you take a bath or a shower in the bathroom and you look at that water flowing from the shower, religion will make you go to India. Spirituality will make you see every drop of that water as Ganga. So Ganga Jamuna Snana Kiyo. Every time you drink water will be Ganga. Every time you drink water, you will be what you call Jamuna. Every time spirituality, you open up a spiritual world for yourself. This is my blessing to you on your 23rd birthday. Huh? No, I see how you're looking. Isn't it? She look like 23. So, on your birthday, we bless you that you not only live a religious life, but you live a spiritual life. And spirituality means where you don't wait for your puja to offer the food to Bhagwan by saying, Om Tudiyam Evastu Govindam, O Brahmarpanam Brahma Vibramhagno Brahmanautam. O Bhagwan, I'm offering prasad to you. Every day, religion is where you offer prasad to God when you do your prayers. Spirituality is when you offer your food to God every time you eat. See the difference? So, spirituality is where Sutikshana, he got the darshan of the Lord by this, what you call, in Vedanta, there is a beautiful word for it, In Vedanta, it is called as mumukshutvam. Mumukshutva means the burning desire to be liberated, but not only in a spiritual way, in a material way as well. I want to be liberated from any type of hang-ups and the negativities that may affect my mind time and time again. I want to be liberated from this. And this is why, my friends, Sutikshana, even though he questioned himself that he was not qualified for the darshan of the Lord showed him that his love was so pure because man, kram and vachan, these three things go hand in hand. Anytime you are working towards a goal in life, make sure you are seeing the goal with your mind. Make sure you are talking about the goal, but you want to achieve with your lips. And make sure your actions are taking you in that direction towards your goal, whatever it might be, and you will achieve it. material or spiritual. So Sri Ramchandraji came and stood there before what you call this devotee of his, and he was so blessed, he was so pure that his sincerity purified him. And I think that might also be the same thing, same requirement, or the same qualification that a person must have in order to have a successful marriage. How many years? 35 years? By Ramoji. You have to tell me the secret, boy. You all saw what he did? He did? You all can't see him. I asked him a secret. He said, Baba. Jai Bhagwan. I know, I also know the same thing. Don't worry. We are good people. We practice that. Friends, you know, one day, one wife, she went to the dentist. She barged into the dentist's office. Doc, I need a tooth to be extracted right now. The dentist said, but I need to examine the tooth and see what it... She said, get that tooth out. I don't want no painkillers and I don't want no anesthetic. Just extract the tooth. The doctor said, okay, ma'am, if that is what you want, please sit on the table. She said, no, not for me, for my husband. Jai Bhagwan, no anesthetic, no painkillers, take it out. You know, in marriage, the bond of selflessness, now friends, be very attentive. You see, the same qualification that is required for us to see God is the same qualification that is required to have a successful marriage. You call it bhakti in religion, but you call it prem in the world. Bhakti for God is called devotion, and love for the wife or the husband, that is called prem. Same love, same tendency of the heart to sacrifice, to understand, to love, to forgive. All those are the qualities that are required in order to have a successful and beautiful marriage of 35 years. And today, while we may think spirituality is different from our everyday life, the requirements are the same. And that is why Tulsidas Ji says that Sutikshana, having gotten the darshan of the Lord, Bhagwan Sri Ram, he tried to lift him up when he was on the ground, but he wouldn't get up. Shri Ramchandra Ji ne Muni ko अनेक प्रकार से जगाया परंतु मुनि नहीं जागे. It was as if he was unconscious and the Lord was trying to wake him up, or he was asleep and the Lord was trying to awaken him, but he was too pure. He didn't want to lose that darshan of the Lord. And friends, at that time, Sutikshana, when he would not get up as if the Lord decided to do something. And my friends, what the Lord did, Tulsidas Ji says, my friends, he was as if lost. The Lord standing in front of him, he was totally in a maze. He was in a trance. The Lord realized that he had become overwhelmed. And in order to calm him, or to awaken him, or to lift him up, my friends, Bhagwan Sri Ram, what he did, Bhagwan Sri Ram, friends, simply withdrew his ordinary form and Bhupa Rupa Tavarama Durava Hridaya Chaturbuja Rupa Dikhava, and the Lord reappeared in the mind of Sutikshana in the Chaturbhuji form with the Shank, Chakra, Gada, Padma, the four hands, the yellow pitambar or the pitambar dhoti, the beautiful golden crown. And there, having given him this darshan, Sutikshana was satisfied. He became overwhelmed and happy. He had gotten now the form that he wanted to see, the Chaturbhuji form. And friends, Sutikshana was, of course, extremely overjoyed And so, in this way, when we achieve our goals in life, when we strive to achieve our goals in life, it will be realized, our goals will manifest before us. But we cannot be distracted, and we cannot be, in fact, lose sight of the goal that we are working towards, whether it's material or spiritual. Anyone who uses this technique towards achieving their goals, that person will never fail in this life.